If you're hoping to study in the United States, finances can be a major issue. It's actually one of the costliest countries in the world to study abroad in. I'll tell you what we've done in this video. We've curated a list for all of you guys. A list where the universities we add have the maximum affordability for international students. So the tuition is certainly going to be lower than many other universities out there. But at the same time, it's going to have a high return on investment. So it's certainly not universities which are sort of like community colleges where you don't really get the ROI you're looking for. Most students who have gone through us to these universities have been able to pay off their loans within 1 year or less in many cases after their education completes. So if you're interested, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let's begin. For the purpose of this video, when I say affordable, I mean under $25,000 or $30,000 maximum. We're not going to go over it under any circumstances. Many universities charge as high as 50, 60, 70, 80K per year, but we're going to stay under 30,000. All right, let's begin. The first university on my list is University of California, Berkeley. This is hands down the best university in the UC system. The average tuition is just about $26,770. Now I understand this may seem like a lot, but as compared to the other US universities, it's quite low. A major advantage you get over here is that it is less than 1 hour away from the Silicon Valley. On top of that, GRE is neither required nor accepted. So even if you've taken it, they don't want your score. That means if you've not taken it, you're taking advantage. UC Berkeley is certainly a very ambitious university, and this is visible from this chart right here, where you can see how many people have been getting admissions and rejections. The second university I have for you over here is the University of California, Los Angeles. This is hands down the most prestigious university in the Southern California region. The average tuition is just around $26,600. The average salary, however, is $120,000 US per annum for people who graduate from UCLA. There's a lot of job fairs in the region because it's, the heart of Los Angeles, and there's a good employment rate. On top of that, GRE is waived off for many of the programs in UCLA. And using this chart, you can understand whether you will get in. The next one is surprisingly also from the University of California system. Yes, these universities offer a very good return on investment. They're public universities and the tuition is lower. This one, can you guess which one it is? It's University of California, San Diego, of course, at this point. The average tuition is somewhere close to $26,850 per annum. Remember, these values are for international students. A GRE is not required, and UCSD offers a great location for jobs. Take a look at this chart to understand if you can get it. Now remember guys, all of these charts and a lot of this admission rejection data is already visible directly on YMGrad.com. So if you want, you can go ahead, check out the university statistics, or even check profiles of applicants who have gotten in. Make sure you use this data because it is free for you. The fourth university on my list is Cornell University. Now we have moved out of California, we're in New York. Of course, you already have the New York advantage. The location is top-notch, there's quite a lot of jobs. The average tuition, however, it's going to be a little bit higher. That's close to $29,500, so just under $30,000. But the average salary is $125,000 US, which is quite high, and you can see the return on investment in front of you. The fifth one is University of Wisconsin at Madison. While it is in a location that is a little bit more unfamiliar, it's not the most popular one, but at the same point in time, it is one of the best schools for at least MS degrees. On top of that, its reputation precedes itself. That means if you go anywhere with the UW Wisconsin Madison tag, you're sure that you will walk away with the job itself. The average tuition is only about $24,000, whereas the average salary is just under $100,000. You can take a look at the chart right here to understand if your profile can make it to UW Madison. The sixth one on my list is University of Texas at Austin, one of the topmost research-oriented universities. UT Austin is also the best university in the University of Texas system. Yes, it is hands down one of the topmost research schools in the United States. As I mentioned, they do not consider the GRE. You don't need to worry about it if you're applying there. And UT Austin has some major perks. That is, just because it is in the state of Texas, that means if you are able to secure just $1,000 worth of scholarship, you pay almost as good as a 50% tuition only. No, $1,000 is not equal to 50%. But at the same point in time, the Texas competitive tuition waiver scheme tells you that if you can get $1,000 off from your master's degree or $4,000 off from your undergraduate degree, you will pay in-state tuition, which is usually half the amount of the international student tuition. If we talk about the actual international student tuition, it's just close to $19,400, so it's quite low as compared to all the other universities I've showed you on this list. The seventh one on the list is University of Maryland at College Park. It's got a great market reputation. The average tuition is $28,000 and the average salary, that's $105,000 per annum. It's a pretty good ROI. The eighth one on my list is back to the University of California system, but this time we're choosing Davis. The average tuition is $28,700 and the average salary is close to $100,000. So it's a good ROI all over again. The next one takes us to University of California, Irvine. Yes, we're still within the UCs. The average tuition is $26,700 and the average salary comes out to be somewhere around $96,000 US. Again, keep looking at the charts to understand if you can get in. The final university is Purdue University, the West Lafayette campus. Average tuition is almost $30,000, but with the Purdue tag itself, you can demand at least somewhere around $87,000 in your first year itself. Purdue also has a GRE waive policy for many of its programs. Now, these were the 10 best universities, I would say, for a good return on investment if you are going to the United States. We're going to do this for a lot of other countries as well, so make sure you subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram, and reach out to me on WhatsApp if you have any questions regarding this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.